Introduction to Case Citators for the Advanced Legal Research course at Boston College Law School. Citators are research systems that operate mechanically on the citations found in legal documents. They provide references to related documents as well as documents that cite the document we began with. One way to find additional cases discussing a point of law of interest is to read the case cited by a known case. Once a court decision is published, the decision itself almost never changes, but subsequent cases can still have an effect on the law, as stated in the case. Citators are a means of leading the researcher to newer cases that cite the original case. Originally, Shepherd's Publishing Company provided law book owners with stickers that were pasted into the margins of case reporters to alert readers that newer cases cited the case they were reading. Shepherd soon had too much text to fit in the margins and began printing separate books and pamphlets that included the same citing references that had been included in the marginal stickers. If you work someplace where you need to use paper Shepherds, there are instructions on how to use the set in the front of each book. Shepherds is available electronically on Lexis and contains the same information that originally appeared in the margins of in the print Shepherds, but in an easier to read format with links to cited cases. The Lexis Plus format includes a link to the summary of Shepherds on the side, much like the Shepherd sticker on the old reporter volumes. Linking on Shepherdized document takes us to citing decisions. We could also access citing decisions from the tab at the top of the page. First, we see a graphical analysis of the citing decisions, which can be displayed by quarter date. Citing decisions is an updated and expanded version of the information that was in the margin of the print reporters. In this case, McKim versus Haley was listed on the sticker as 173-114, telling the reader that on page 114 of volume 117 of Massachusetts Reports, there was a citation to Cushing versus Field, the case we are shepherdizing. Shepherds Online provides so much more information, including the name of the citing case, the first page of the citing case, and the language around the citation to the original case. Results can be narrowed by analysis, that is, whether the citing court said something positive or negative about the case, or whether it merely cited it in its decision. Court, publication status, discussion, that is, how lengthy was the discussion of this case, and timeline. We can also run a Boolean search through the set of citing cases. Results can be sorted by court, analysis, discussion, or date. We can choose to see less information about each case, but more cases on the page by choosing Display Title View. To see additional Shepherds features, let's start from another case, Authors Guild versus Google, Incorporated 804, Fed 3rd 202. This case has a caution sign next to the name of the case. In the Shepherd summary column, the caution sign appears next to a linked word, Why. This provides us with information on the case with the strongest negative influence on the law in this case, but gives us the option of viewing the other negative cases as well, which is something a conscientious researcher would do. Negative case treatments include overruled, questioned, and warning. The Shepherd's citing decision analysis for this case begins with the statement, No negative subsequent history, and a link to View History Report. The history begins with a court-level chart of the history at a glance, but we can change that to a view of a timeline, which provides more information on the most important decisions in the history of this litigation. The full history can contain related cases before or after the case we started with. These may represent appeals or remands or just other court opinions arising out of this lawsuit or related litigation. The full history can be continued on many pages. Be sure to check any negative history in addition to negative treatment by other cases to see if any subsequent cases will affect the precedential value of the case as authority. Negative history includes reversed and vacated. Shepherds also provides references to other citing sources, which include law reviews, court documents, online treatises, and statutes that have cited this case. When we view a case on Westlaw, we have access to its citator, KeyCite, through the tabs at the top of the case. The History tab provides the listing of other decisions arising out of this lawsuit as both a listing and a graphic representation. Citing References includes all documents in Westlaw that refer to our case by citation. Choose a content type under View to see filtering options. Choosing to view the citing cases, we then have the option of narrowing our results by jurisdiction, date, depth of treatment, headnote topics, treatment status, reported status, or by searching within the collection of citing cases. One very handy feature on Westlaw is the Negative Treatment tab that brings the negative direct history and negative citing references together in one place, since a conscientious researcher would definitely want to check every negative reference to see if it has had an impact on the validity of the case being examined. When we link to a case through KeyCite, our search term was the citation we are key citing. So clicking on the search terms link takes us to the section of the citing case that is discussing our case. Bloomberg Law's citator is called BCite. Access it through the BCite analysis icon on the right of the case. BCite provides a summary analysis to the right side of the case that links to BCite itself. Direct history provides information at the top on whether any of the direct subsequent history is negative. The history itself can be sorted by date, case status, or court, and can be filtered by court or date. Case analysis includes all citing cases. We can filter by how a citing case treats our case, positive or negative, or the status of the citing case, whether it has had positive or negative or neutral analysis by its citing cases. Other filters include citation frequency, court, judge, and date. Citing documents includes everything on Bloomberg Law that cites to our case. We can filter by content type or date. Filtering by content type provides additional filters and sorting options for our results.